And here we go. Underway here is our King's Heat match in the Pro Doubles 01. MagnetoDarts.com, Twitch, A-Train, in which we just saw both these teams already in our first two rounds. Excited to see how this one shapes up here. See if Randy Fern can keep his hot streak, Trevor Fedwa can keep his, and see what we're able to do on the dartboard. Nick Teixeira, DJ Sayer in the booth. And DJ, who you got here?
I mean, it's got to be Dan and Randy. I think on paper. Yeah. There's not a whole lot to say.
That's fair. I mean, they are definitely the on paper favorites. Dan has been struggling a lot. Randy's been having some pretty decent success. Trevor's only gotten better as the weekend gone on. So, I mean, it really does come up to how well Dan and Anthony do in those B score lines.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the longest of formats, even at 3 out of 5, and anything can happen. But I think more often than not, Randy and Dan will come through this. But that's why you got to play the game, right?
Certainly.
And the famous words of Herm Edwards, that's why we play the game.
Well, you heard it here, folks. That's why we play the game. Of course, this is our last day coverage, so if you guys are going to be missing us, which I understand, we miss you too when we're not here. We have South Carolina BullShooter coming up next, November 3rd through the 5th, so we do get a week off here. And then after that, New York, November 10th through the 12th there. Super excited for those events coming up. And also, good news for everybody. If you're tired of hearing my voice, I unfortunately will not be at the South Carolina BullShooter there, so thank God to all your ears. Randy just barely out in front. Pretty much everyone near that same ballpark region, so it's going to be a race to the out here. Does pile in a 140. Lorraine and Tito Martinez in the chat here. Are you going to Texas BullShooter? There's a good chance I'll be at the Texas BullShooter. That is a good chance. I will, at the very least, be doing it remote, but more likely going to try to be at that one in person. Flights permitting, of course. I was definitely surprised to get a flight straight into Kalamazoo. Dan Burke loads it up with a 180. And Mike, hopefully going to make it out to Arizona as well. So because that is on our West Coast, we actually have a West Coast team that sets up our streaming equipment out there. But we'll see if I'm able to go and hang out. I told him I was like, even if I could just go there and just be an official ambassador, maybe I'll just go talk to people officially. And they're like, that's not a real job. And I was like, I barely have a real job as a darts commentator.
So as expected, Randy putting in a pretty solid leg here on 39 after 12. But Dan will get a look for the 12 darter for 139.
Not going to go now, but can just clean this one up and no immediate pressure as they're going to definitely be freezing Trevor here. Looks like our ladies are in their queen seat match, Super KS, which is going to be a team of Catherine Middleton and Kelly Gerardini. Oh my gosh, I butchered that. I'm so sorry. And then, of course, Cass and Sass, Kaja Prisbol and Sarah Sass. Trevor just brings it on down.